What's up, guys? Good morning to everybody. Welcome to Zwift. Welcome to What's Up issue 23. It's Zwift ZHR Hare and Hounds time again. I've done it again. I'm extremely late. I've got up and I have basically 9 minutes until the start of the race. And I've literally just jumped out of bed. My son went on his first lads holiday yesterday, leaving at about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I was up dealing with that and worrying about it for the rest of the night. So I've hardly slept, and then lo and behold, fell asleep just before I was due to get up. So rushing around, still trying to prepare a little bit. So I'm sure I'm going to forget something, although I did remember contact lenses. Right, I'm going to get on setting the bike up, setting Zwift up. See you at the start pen. Okay, I think that's everything. With 6 minutes to spare. Drink, towel, contact lenses, cap, gloves, bike, heart rate monitor, trainer, microphone setup, jelly beans, banana, coffee, Morrison's own breakfast bar, the fuel of champions. Right, let's jump into the event. Okay, there's 30 guys already logged in there, looks good. I can't remember the start time for when the C's go off. I think it's 5 minutes past the hour, if I remember rightly, which gives me another 5 minutes to warm up, which would be handy. Right, let me just set up my audio recorder on the laptop. Okay, test, 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 microphone clicked in. We are good, I believe. Right, so there are 96 riders on the grid at the moment, and we've got 13 seconds till the Ds all move off. So it is a nice 5 minute warm up that I'll have whilst having a banana and coffee. 3, 2, 1, off you go, Ds. Yep, there they all go. Is it just the Ds that are moving? Looks like everybody's gone. I hope I've not made a mistake here, but I'm pretty sure the C's stay until 5 past the hour, but a lot of people went then, so either there were a lot of D's in this race, or I've got it wrong, or they've got it wrong, but that didn't quite look right. Although there's still a lot of C's sitting here in the start pen doing 0 watts per kilogram, so I might go okay. Anyway, I'm going to stop nattering so that I've got time to finish my banana, have my coffee. I need to press A so that I can continue pedalling while I wait for my start time. I think this is possibly the worst preparation I've had to a race so far. Obviously, I usually pride myself on extremely professional standards of preparation, and I've let that down. I've let it slip today. But cheers. It's the bloody London loop as well. Oh, what are you doing to me, Robert? Actually, to be fair, it's not your fault. It's just whatever course turns up. Got a real ache in my right shoulder. Had for a few days. Not sure if it's how I slept or if I did something whilst on the bike. Struggling to get rid of it. Okay, got 30 seconds to go. Stop pedaling. Let's get back on the start grid. Hang on, did that not just say groups A and B? I missed that. I'm gonna have to check that on the video. But all right. Anyway, I'm gonna start pedaling 5 seconds early. So here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, away we go. It's Mr. Gorilla straight away. And then some guys going off at like 8, 9, 10 watts per kilogram. It seems we have Marco Pantani on here as well. Il Pirata, just ahead of me. Okay, I managed to get up to Jay Worley and Jay Gorilla. Let's try and hold a group for a while. I don't understand why the A's have gone as well. I could do with trying to pull back to Ardzoin, Zund, Jay Worley and N Clifford. Take Jay Gorilla, A Huffle, B Cox, K Stevens, S Proud, D, R Vickers, hello mate. Take those guys with us. Try and join this group in front. Alright, so that's good. We've got Proud, Weeks, Stephen, myself, Gorilla, Hovell, Cox. We've all formed a nice little bunch. Rich Vickers will be on that in a second, I'm sure. There we go. It's pulling up to us now. Good man. My gears are definitely playing up this morning. Very clunky. Needing a couple of stabs at the lever to get it to change. So that's going to need some work over the weekend. Got to try and get back into this group now. I got stuck in a bit of a draft there. And these guys managed to pull away a couple of seconds. Crikey. They're going too hot for me already. Now this isn't C pace. I can't do this early on. That's not C pace. Cheers Eric Gray for the ride on. I was wondering when it would come. Good man. This race is already gone for me. It's the group we're putting out far too much to start off with, for my liking anyway. Obviously I'm not well prepared for this one at all, but they were holding so 2.5 to 4 watts per kilogram for a long time, and this early in the race doesn't make sense to me in a Hare and Hounds. So they're all now, the majority of the C's are all now nearly 40 seconds ahead of me. Maybe it'll sprinter and some of them will come back, but I don't know. It just feels like it was a little bit of a mess, that start. The A's seemed to go off at the same time as well. Try turning this top barrel adjuster here, see if I can get my indexing a little bit better. I can't actually remember which way I'm supposed to go, and it's been very stiff. So that group of C's now with J. Gorilla, Andin, Cox, D, Stephen, Weeks, Worley, Clifford, Hovell and more, and 1:13 ahead of me. At the moment, we're like a third of a lap in. Alright, I know I'm not performing, but even so, I'm still holding sort of mid to high 2s most of the time. And cheers P Bar home from Vision Cycling. Right on buddy. I've just been left in their dust. Now the guys behind me, M Page, S Proud, J Boyd, they seem to be more on the kind of pace that I'd expect from a C group. Who knows? They might all tire and start coming back. So I've got 8 Park in front of me now. I think must have had some kind of technical. Yeah, his power's gone. Sitting at the side of the road there, unlucky man. Alright, Box Hill. I didn't warm my trainer up either, and I can tell. It's really sticky and notchy. I'm just moany today, aren't I? That's what happens if I don't get enough sleep. Thanks Greg Leto from the Ride On for Health group for the ride on. Cheers buddy, hope all is well. I see you still putting in plenty of miles, which is good to see. Looks like we've got another power out up there. S Hansen from the D's. It's currently on 0 watts per kilogram. I think my next target will be C Reimer, who's 13 seconds up ahead doing 1.8, 1.9 watts per kilogram. Now these guys passing me now are not part of the race, but M Pages is just a second off my wheel now. And S Proud right behind him. They're holding low to mid threes so far up here. There's Mr. Page. Right on, buddy. Try and latch onto his wheel for a bit. In fact, I'll use the draft boost just to try and hold with him for a while. We passed Mr. Reimer. Good ride, man. Keep it going. There's Mr. Proud now coming past. S Proud. Good ride, buddy. Try and grab hold of his wheel as well. Okay, we've just gone past S Hansen. Good ride, pal. S Hansen from the D's. I managed to pull back on S Proud's wheel. We've got G Evans now, just 4 seconds up the road. So M Page comes past. Okay, that barrel adjustment doesn't seem to have helped. The gears are all over the place. There's G Evans. Good ride, bud. M Page has managed to stretch his legs a bit. S Proud is going off after him. Okay, I've managed to pull back in on Page and Proud. Okay, coming over the full summit. There we go. I did it in, can't see, but the fastest was 6:02. 9:53, which is kind of average for me at the moment. I've got a nice aero I'll be able to use on this descent once we get over this little kick. My next target is M Yaz, 23 seconds up the road, holding decent power to be fair. Okay, S Proud now has put serious power up this hill. He's come past me. M Page right on my wheel as well. But we've pulled in on Yaz and Saavedra. Well done, guys. Let's rest the legs when I've got this aero. 70 kph with no watts whatsoever. So the group had Jay Gorilla and Albanese in it for 3.5 minutes up the road from me before the end of the first lap. Gives you an idea the kind of pace those guys were able to hold. Group slightly behind them at about 2:15, 2:20. D Abraham, D Mead, T Adam, C Anderson. And a little bit further back, K Stephen and M Co. I've got Saavedra 5 behind, Proud 14 behind, Page 23 behind, Yaz 35, T Cat from the B's 3:56 behind, C63 from the A's at 3:58 behind. Given that the rest of the C's were able to pull out 3.5 minutes on me, I've got a problem. Oh no. I think I've got a snap cable. I'm stuck in. I've got nothing. Right, hang on. Oh, that's serious cross chaining. I can't do that. I'm stuck in the 11. Is it a snap cable? Yeah, all the tension's gone. Oh no. I thought it felt strange. Now, do I try and carry on in a 50-11 all the way? I don't think that's going to be much fun when I get to the slopes. Okay, S Proud now coming past me. Oh, I can't do this. Right, I'm going to have to bail out. What I'll do, I'll try and do sort of Nathan Guerra style commentary. So just to recap from the group I was in, M Page, Saavedra, S Proud, closing in on T Adam, C Anderson, who are in the Ds. Let's try and grab some of these guys. There's T Adam now, and C Anderson ahead, both holding sort of 1.5. They'll be the next target for that group of Cs. Let's go further up. Let's look at my old friend Jay Gorilla. He's holding sort of mid-3s again, as he always does. So consistent, and still manages to find a kick at the end. I'd like to know how he got that disc wheel, though. I've seen a few of those on here. I must look that up. I'm sure there's tips and instructions on the Facebook groups. So Jay Gorilla is kind of on his own at the moment. He's pulled out ahead of that the Stevens-Anderson group. He's now ahead of the Mead-Albanese group and B. Cox. He's closing in on Siabat, who's a D, as is T. Griffiths just ahead of him. So I assume his next target is going to be the group with Susnick and Worley. Let's have a look at Mr. Wagner further up the road. Good job, man. Holding 2 watts per kilogram, 2.2, 2.3. He's got the Worley Susnick group coming up fast behind him, just 2 seconds off the back now. They're putting out about 500 grams per, sorry, 5.5 watts per kilogram more. So they are closing in now. Looks like they're right on his wheel, in fact. So there he goes, right on Mr. Wagner. Keep going, buddy. And there go Worley and Susnick and Snoop Dogg. Sorry, that's my phone ringing. I have to ignore that one for the moment. So here's Mr. Snoop Dogg, who will have Worley and Susnick chasing him down as well. He's holding, he's got no heart rate monitor, but he's holding mid-2s, and he is closing in on APAL, who's in the Ds, just 8 seconds up the road. There's Mr. Vickers. He's in a nice little group here with, let's jump up to this actually. So we've got J Weston, R Herrigers, A Morris, R Vickers, M Clifford, J Weeks, D Murrow, A Hovell, R Graffan, A Andin, all in a bunch there, locked to each other, working hard in the mid to high 3s. So that's an incredible pace for a C group, and they're closing in on a little bunch just ahead of them, which in fact I think is possibly D's. Let's go and have a look. So we're with R Vickers now. Yeah, I think with the exception of maybe Essange, I think the next riders up ahead are probably from the slower group. Although R Condo there in the D's holding down 4.3 watts per kilogram, doing a cracking job. And we've actually got more C's further up. So let's try and find the front of the C's. So what do we got? We've got Elmaum. This just highlights how difficult it must be for Nathan Guerra to commentate on these rides. This is really hard to pick out who's who, especially when not all their names are labelled with the category they're in. But I'm going to suggest that I. Thompson here is the leader of the C's. I don't know what category S Bussum is, or quite a few of the guys up ahead, up until R Massa, who's an A. But he's holding, like I. Thompson here in the C's, holding sort of 4.5 watts per kilogram, sitting in the wheel of S Bussum, who's doing obviously similar power as they come into the hilly section once more. Let's jump forward and have a look at some of the A's now. Now these guys, I'm sure, I saw the A's all shoot off with the C's at the beginning of the race. We've got S Oxenham now, he's halfway up Box Hill on the graffitied section, holding down 4.8 watts per kilogram. Up ahead of him, we've got 50 seconds up ahead, we've got Sigler and Popovic, who are both, well, Sigler's now in the 7s, Popovic was touching the 8s then for a second. So I think that's going to be the very head of the race. So Popovic is out in the lead at the moment, with Sigler just on his wheel. Oxenham nearly a minute behind. Then S. Hugh at 2 minutes and 27 behind. Armas are 2:42 behind, and then A Yoshida at 2:52. So this looks like this could be the front of our race. Might as well finish my cold coffee while I'm sitting here now. Actually, that's how it shows how short a time I survived in that race, as it's actually still warm. Right, let's jump back again now. Let's have a look at who I think is the head of the tees. This pairing of I Thompson and S Bussum. There's no way of knowing for me, unfortunately, with S Bussum, but I'm pretty sure he'll be a C. Although, to be honest, based on the power they're both putting out, that's solid B category as far as I'm concerned. But doing a good job. So right on, guys. Can't see any heart information on I Thompson. Let's see what S Bussum's putting out. So he's up there in 175. I don't know the limits of these guys, but 175 is close to my top end. So he's working hard. Let's check out Marco Pantani, Il Pirata back here. Now he's in the A's. This is what I'm saying. He's an A rider and he's holding mid-4s up this hill. And struggling to close in on Bussum and Thompson. Now, it may be that they're burning all their matches now, and Il Pirata will come streaming up to them as soon as they get over the top of this climb. Either that, or they're both very much due a promotion to the Bs, if not the As. Right, so let's go further back. We have Utani here, holding a solid 3.5 up Box Hill. 37 seconds back, Iwamoto. Same sort of power, slightly more power. Good ride, buddy. And just behind him is El Malm from the C's. He's 2 seconds behind. Slightly down on the power. So it's sort of 3 to mid-3s. Doing a good job with Lawson, I think it is. Coming up behind him again, another 3 seconds behind, but he's putting out a little bit more power. He's similar in power to Iwamoto, who's 6 seconds up the road. So it'll be interesting to see if that little trio closes in together. And then we've got T Carter at 3.2, 12 seconds back. 10 seconds behind him we have Thorvildsen, and then 8 seconds behind Thorvildsen. Thorvildsen, incidentally, he's an A. He's putting out 5.3 watts per kilogram and closing in quite nicely with Multibike 8 seconds behind him, also putting out a decent amount of power up Box Hill. Then we've got, in the C's, we've got A Mayhew. D Sutherland, 12 seconds behind A Mayhew. Mayhew. See, I haven't got the excuse that I'm exhausted and riding. I still can't pronounce the names. So D Sutherland holding around 4 watts per kilogram with Fanning at 3.2, 2.7 now, 4 seconds behind. I think this is possibly the leader of the Ds here, El McGrath at 2.6, and K Neal, I'm not sure, K Neal possibly is a D as well. So this might be the fight for the D victory with El McGrath and K Neal. Keep going, guys. Both holding 3 watts per kilogram up Box Hill, which is very good. And then we've got a second behind. We've got R Zund, R Vickers, who's 3 seconds back. J Weeks, A Andin, M Clifford, R Kondo, D Murrow, H Morgan, and U Essange, and P Klug. All in a nice little bunch there, separated by... Oh, in actual fact, Bullock and Vickers are sort of 19 seconds up, so there's a sort of 18, 19 second gap spread between those guys. So let's come a little bit further back. Where's my buddy Jay Gorilla? Just as we go back through, we've got Kondo, Klug, Grafan, Herrigas, Eom, Gonsalves, Jay Fit there in the Ds, Jay Weston, A Morris, Jay Worley, Susnick, Raccoon, Snoop Dogg. And there's Mr. Gorilla, and he is quite predictably holding mid-3s. He's like a metronome. Superb stuff. Then we've got A Powell in the Ds, T Griffith in the Ds, and D Sijabat and D Wagner all in the Ds. They're quite a tight little group. D Wagner just dropping off the back of that bunch slightly, with Sidge about 3 seconds up the road from him. Then going back in the C's, we've got B Cox, K Stephen, and R Lyons, Mr. Lyons, here he comes. I've not had any sort of panic calls on the messages come out yet to say, go, 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 Mr. Lyons is only 2 minutes behind. I've not seen that so far, but I'm sure everybody's aware that he's coming. So he's already gone past Mr. Proud, D Mead, Albanese, C63, who's also an A, M Page, M Williams, and these are the guys I was with when I had my problems. Unfortunately, I'd like to think I would still be with them, but let's have a look. What sort of power are they putting out? Okay, so mid twos. Yeah, Mr. Proud. Yeah, again, mid twos. I'd like to think I probably could have been holding that kind of pace, even in my non-prepared state today. Okay, so then we've got Saavedra, T. Adam, S. Lee, M. Malice, who is an A, and C. Anderson, Mr. Kayahole. Hello, buddy. He's doing a nice solid, well, up in the fives now. Don't know if he knew he was suddenly on camera. Let's give him a nice little bit of airtime with a decent overhead shot in the misty London sky as he comes over the bridge. I'm now showing us 12 minutes and 10 seconds behind, which sounds about right. So keep going, Mr. Carhole. He's having a little rest off on the decline on that bridge. Okay, so let's go. Let's try and get back up the front and see what's going on. Didn't want to click on myself there. Whoa, someone doing a little bit of a U-turn. Now, Malm and Multibike, I think, were the guys, if I remember rightly, are they the guys that are at the head of the C's? Certainly looks like it, and I can't see many C's ahead of them. So they are now coming up, up and over the top of Box Hill. So let's try and check in with the guys further up the road if I can. Il Parata, here we go. There's Mr. Pantani. Massa. Alright, is this coming up towards the end now for... Oh, it's jumped back to me. No, I don't want me. Right, here's Massa coming up over the line to finish. Now, is that a win for Massa, or have I missed the end of the A's? Oh, this is terrible. Sorry, everyone. This is bloody awful. I'm pretty useless at this. Nathan, your job is pretty safe for the time being. I'm okay at commentating on my own race, but yeah, when it comes to jumping around and concentrating on what other people are doing, forget about it. Right, let's try and see if I can get back to anybody else. Mr. Thompson, he's a C, and he is coming up towards the finish. He's got, actually, he's got no real threat unless Bussum. Is Bussum? I don't know what category Bussum is. But he's just the other side of that bridge. Thompson's putting out more power anyway, so he's doing a good job. So I think Thompson's going to hold on to that one. He's got a 27-second lead over Bussum. Il Parata, he's 28 behind Bussum, Bussum is also putting out more power than him. So those two, I think, will probably finish as they are. Have we got any close battles going on? Here we go. Multibike and Malm. This, I think, is probably for the C's. So I'm going to stick with these guys for a bit while I drink my coffee. So they are, where are they? They're on the descent over the other side of Box Hill, near the bottom of the descent. Both holding mid twos. And Mr. Malm now has just deployed, or had deployed, a draft power up, which would have meant he could have had a little bit more of a breather on that downhill. But they're both stuck to each other like glue. This could be good. This could be a nice little sprint finish to the end here. It looks like there's possibly another one further back between Mayhew and Sutherland. So as soon as I see these guys go over the line, I'll see if I can quickly switch back to that little battle, see what's going on. And then it looks like a further group of Andin, Vickers, who else we've got there? Weeks, no, sorry, Fannin. It's a little trio there, all bunched up. So there could be a few sprint finishes here, unless someone goes for a break. Let's give these guys a ride on while I'm here. Again, I could do with Nathan Guerra's help. I'm not sure what the best camera angle would be to try and watch a head-to-head between these guys as they come across the line. I think it's going to be that one will be the best camera, so I will try and remember to switch back to that as we get nearer the finish. I've got no heart rate information on Mr. Malm, and Mr. Multibike is around 166, so that would suggest he's got a bit in the tank. I would imagine both of these guys now are just sort of holding back a little, trying to prepare themselves for the chaos that will ensue. Okay, there's a little bit of cat and mouse going on now, I'd say, between Multibike and Malm. Multibike's now up in the mid to high fives. As he comes past Malm, Malm's now stepped it up as well to try and match his pace, but it looks like Multibike has got the jump on him here, although he's just dropped down a little bit. Malm now sticking in the mid threes, Multibike back up in the mid fours to fives. Malm now also putting the power out. His heart rate's up in the 170s now. Looks like he's trying to get on that wheel. And Multibike's still in front, putting out more power according to the sidebar, but here comes Malm trying to get around the outside on this bend. They're both putting out pretty decent power. Multibike up at 5.7, Malm at 4.9. Malm now in the sixes, and obviously he's used the draft. He's going to try and come round the outside. They're both now in the mid to high five. Malm 6.6. Was that the line there? That was the line. I couldn't quite work out who got that. They were next to each other as they came underneath the line. Now we've got Mr. Pritchard. Hello mate, of YouTube fame. Good to see you on here. Now I cannot get back to, oh here we go, where we go? Right, Vickers, here we go. We've got Andin. Let's have a look, see if we can get a wider shot. We've got Andin, Vickers behind. Fanning now has dropped off of this pair. So it's going to come down to these two. Rich Vickers with a big kick there to come back up and come past. And he's managed to get the drop on Andin a little bit there. And he's holding decent power as well. I think he's probably got this one. He's consistently putting out 2-3 watts per kilogram more than Andin as he comes around to take the line. I always forget exactly where it is on this course. But yeah, Rich Vickers, good job buddy. Give him a ride on. Good strong finish from him. Andin too, good effort pal. Now I think I'm gonna have to call it a day there. I'm not the best at this, so I'm just making a bit of a mess of it, and it's boring for me to try and do it, so it must be even more boring for you guys watching it. So I'm going to wrap this one up and try and fix my bike before, well, it was going to be Sunday's Zwift handicap race on Sunday evening, but as I've mentioned before, I'm rethinking my schedule, so I might not be doing that one anyway, but particularly if I can't get the bike sorted. I'm sure it's a case of either a replacement cable or something's come loose, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I'm going to redo my schedule, try and spread them more evenly, and it's more likely that they're all going to be early races, with the exception of maybe the Tuesday night Kiss race, which was really good fun. Not that the others aren't fun, it's just that one didn't seem to interfere with my family life as much. So watch this space. I'll get this video up as soon as I can. I've been a bit delayed on the videos. I've got a fairly hectic workload at the moment, and it's making editing time a little bit scarce. And also, my last video, I had 4 attempts to upload to YouTube, and it got to sort of 70% and then bombed out each time. So I need to get in touch with my broadband provider about that and have a little bit of a moan. But fingers crossed this one won't take so long, and I'll get it up for you guys as soon as I can. So apologies, didn't manage to finish the race. Kind of relieved, wasn't feeling it anyway, as if you couldn't tell. But thanks for watching anyway, sticking with it, and I will catch you all on the next one. Have a good weekend. Take it easy.